I absolutely refuse to invest in this specific neighborhood.
We're Roots Realty Co., and in the last 12 months, we have helped hundreds of investors break into Indianapolis real estate. We walk these streets every day, and we know where the money pits are. Today, the controversial opinions are coming out. We're breaking down the specific zip codes and pockets of Indy that simply aren't as attractive as they seem on paper. So Tyler, what Indy zip codes can you find cash flow in right now?
Where would I find cash flow now? That's a great question, Max. 46201.
46201.
You know, you have some listings there. 12 of them right now.
I do. I have a lot. And
They're
all
like
are cash flowing.
115,000 rented for 1,500.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can cash flow that.
Awesome.
Last time I checked, right?
What's the downside?
The downside, bricks thrown through windows, tenants with 500 credit scores, left in your unit, tenant goes to jail. Those are things we've both experienced in 46201.
Yeah, cash flow is good when it comes in once out of 12 months.
It has to be the highest incarcerated amount of population. And we can look at the stats. I'm not trying to be a racist or something. I literally know of many people that have invested there and their tenants went to prison. Part of being in an urban environment, you're going to have crime, and 46201 has a decent amount. With that being said, there's amazing parts of 46201. Addison Newell just bought the Needhammer. I believe that's in 46201. He's going to be making $10,000 per floor on a $1 million asset, cash flowing like a freaking tycoon. So I think it can work.
We had a panel recently where the advice was to buy near the major transits in the water and Washington Street. Actually, every single major transit through line running east to west is in 46201 or intersects in there somewhere. Right. So I have a 16 unit building that it's 19 grand a month listed for 1.8 off market. That will be a great cash flow play on paper, right? All of them are government-backed tenants. And I think that's the demographic you're working with. You have to be a hands-on manager for it to work out.
Agree completely.
What is a hidden gem zip code that I must invest in?
Two come to mind. 46222, which is Stringtown up to Speedway. I think is hidden. Eagledale. I think this is really good rent to price ratio is the 1% rule.
If you want to burr, you should burr in Eagledale.
Yeah. So many people will buy these homes, right? All these immigrant families moving.
You can buy a nice house on a cul-de-sac for $130, put 20 into it, and it'll refi for $195.
And long-term rentals are pretty great there. There's some zones that are difficult. Hawville is a little challenging, but even Hawville's changing rapidly and won't be the same in a decade or two. And then 46219, which is home to Irvington, Bozart Brown, Warren Park, a little bit of the Far East Side. I think is a underrated investment. A lot of rental demand, good appreciation, safe, a little bit outside of the rough and tumble of the Near East Side. I think would be a good investment too.
What zip code should I go to flip?
Quick pause here, because if you own property in Indianapolis, your contractor matters more than you think. That's why we've consistently recommended Nick Giuliani and the team at Off Leash Construction. They handle everything from small repairs to full-scale renovations, and most importantly, they do the things the right way. They have an insane new tool that lets you upload your inspection response and get a quote in minutes. Check the link in our bio to check it out and connect with Off Leash. All right. Back to the show. Yeah, I'm gonna go hometown favorite where I live, 46220. It's kind of Washington Township and the Broad Ripple, a little bit of Sobro. I just feel like the margins can work really well, especially in the southern part of it, kind of closer to 52nd, 49th. I've seen a lot of new development. They're buying land, they're putting a new duplex, a new home, and trying to sell it for 500, 600,000, as well as I think 46208, which is Butler, running down into 65 and a little bit of Riverside. It's all over the place. Yeah. Like you could have dodgy, terrible, beat up street next to super nice Butler, Tarkington. So I think that middle area just north of 38th, Rookwood, Cornelius, Graceland. These are streets that I think are turning rapidly, and a lot of our investors and developers are buying in those streets.
What is the blind side in those areas?
Yeah, I think they're not all created equal. Right, 46220, I'm looking, goes all the way into Lawrence. From Broad Ripple to Lawrence, they're just two different.
Drastically different.
Drastically. These are telephone zones. These are not neighborhoods. So I'm sorry, if you're from Israel or if you're from Iran investing in Indianapolis, which we get these calls, these are not one neighborhood. It looks like a chunk, and they just decided this is going to be some zone. It's random. It's like 5 or 10 neighborhoods in each one. And then 4628, it's the same thing. You go from $700,000 homes in the northern part, literally Meridian mansions are in 46208. And then all the way down to just south of 65 past the split, you get into North Riverside, and it's possibly my least favorite place to invest. The interstate, unfortunately, cut right through that neighborhood and destroyed it. And it has no really appeal outside of cheap properties.
You can't really live, work, and play there.
Not at all, right?
At least right now.
Right.
I mean,
It's literally a bypass zone, which is terrible in, our history, that we did that to the neighborhood, but it just is what it is now.
a quick aside, most people overpay for insurance, or worse, they're undercovered and they don't realize it. We partner with Jackson Blevins at Core Insurance Solutions. He's a full-service broker here locally in Indianapolis who handles everything from home, auto, boat. He can do it all, and he understands the retail side and investor side of the game. If you want someone who can shop the market for you and tailor correct coverage for your property, connect with Jackson in the description below. So zip codes holistically are a terrible indicator for investors, but I'm going to keep rolling on with the questions. Where can I get appreciation? What zip code can I get appreciation in?
I think 46204, which is downtown, 46202, which is near Northside and Riverside, and Highland Park, Arsenal Park. 46202 is freaking gold. If you can buy and somehow rent that out in cash flow, which would be really difficult, would be gold. But then I think 46205, which is kind of Mapleton up into Sobro, and then 462220, which is Meridian, Kessler, Broad Ripple, Lawrence, the good part of Lawrence. Those are all, I think, solid. So kind of running up that Meridian corridor down to downtown, where we have the red line, right, running into Nora. Everyone wants to live there. It's safe. It's predictable, right?
But where am I going to get absolutely cooked?
I absolutely refuse to buy in the Mars Hill Southwest zones. No offense to any people living there. Get cheap properties, can have a great life there, but I would not personally invest there. A lot of these properties are huge and have nightmarish inspections, and there's not many good commercial zones there that I've seen. A lot of vacant properties. So 46241, 46221, I don't see being a smart investment. As well as I hate to say this one because I think it's trying to make a comeback, and they're doing some more TIF infused development in this zone, but I absolutely refuse to buy in 46208, which is Martindale-Brightwood. It's north of the Near East Side, so just north of 46201, which we talked about at the beginning. I think that is a tougher neighborhood, a lot of shootings, a lot of violence. The parks need a lot of attention, like litter, just cleanup needed. And I go to a Frisbee place over there, and I love it, but like I see the cops. Like every time I'm playing Frisbee, there's like a cop running, a drug bust. It is what it is. I'm sure there's great people living there. It's just a difficult environment to invest in.
It needs a lift, for sure. If you want to get into the mix of where to invest and how to get better in your Indianapolis investing journey, make sure to subscribe to the show and turn on the notification bell. Drop a comment. Where's your favorite place to invest, or where have you gotten absolutely cooked? Peace.
Peace.